Okay, so I have taken out the lid because I have to do some couple of things I need to do basically. This lid fits now perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. I wanted to like it's either chamfer these edges or sometimes like I just mildly sand it, leave it like that because that crisp look actually looks really good. Chamfering I have not done, but it's usually good also. Rounding off is another option which I have done, and that's probably like the strongest, I would think. I'm thinking like, should I round off these edges? I mean, we may not. That would make it like strong, but I have decided I will just like do a mild chamfering using my plane. Very mild, like I could use like just my finger as a gauge. I mean, the whole point of putting a gauge is that I don't want to drop below that. Eighth of an inch. That's the max. I could go even less, but yeah. I'll put that amount of chamfer. By the way, I will not do the long grain first, which we normally don't tend to do. I will also do the bottom side. This is, I'm just trying to. So purpose of this is like, of course, aesthetics, like looks, but also strength. When I do it for boxes and all, I don't even use this. I just take this measurement and I can do this. So it's this way. So take this eighth of an inch. It's a good practice to have, and it works very nice for me. Doing it in one stretch, one motion is usually like more accurate. The pencil is not definitely not sharp enough for this, but this is not such a critical thing that I'm not going to the. Do I need it here? I don't know, but doesn't hurt. Do it. I'll mark it at least. So yeah, I will start working on my chamfers. I can use this, or lighter plane is usually more beneficial in these cases. (45 degrees). Increase this. Near to that line. I think this much. I'm not necessarily going completely to the line. I'm just using that as my gauge. That much. These two sides done. They still feel like because it is like I didn't round it off 45-degree chamfer, so they look nice, they are strong, and still feel relatively sharp, which I like in some ways. This is what I've done. I don't know how much of that's. So I will complete the end grains. I'm not even looking. Hopefully this thing is going good. Looks nice, no sharp edges, so feels good to the hands. That's the reason. And it's fun to get this curls. I see a lot of videos where someone sharpens a plane and take shaving on a flat piece of wood. I'm pretty sure that's fun, but getting those shavings like on an actual project is a lot more fun actually. This will be the back corner. This is the top. Look at that. I think it broke off, but yeah. So I'm doing this also because again, this is a shoot ID. So I'm pretty sure someone would take out the shoes, just use it as a temporary, like a stool or a seat, and put on the shoes. So I wanted this thing to be plain, and also the edges to be relatively eased so that it's comfortable. I mean, this is the next best thing to rounding it over, I think. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. And another reason, did I tell it? So I took it out because I also took it to my scale, weighing scale inside my home, so in the kitchen. So I took this just to measure how much this weighs, because I plan on buying a spring loaded or gas strut, they call hydraulic or gas, whichever is cheaper, so that opening and closing of this lid is smooth, doesn't slam on your hands. Took my own weight and then held it and took its weight, so it's 9.7 pounds. So I mean, I took some edges off, it may have reduced by a bit, but not significantly. So I will use those specifications to see buy some gas strut from Amazon. So that's about it. I don't think anything else remaining on this lid. I mean, mild sanding, this has all been planed. I don't want to do anything else. I just have to make it finish ready. When I sand these corners, the idea is to just take like the finest grit and one slide swipe at the end corners, because I don't want to make it too much round, and that's not what I wanted. So I'll set this aside. I have to also work on putting on a rack at the middle. So let me bring this entire thing on the, this is what those curls I was talking about. Lovely curls. Okay, so let me bring this to my table. This thing is getting heavy. So here, because of those, by the way, I also put some couple of silicone pads here. In case you drop it, it won't make that much sound. It's still like there is a lot of weight. Like the advice is to like hold it and not slam it shut. So I have to work on installing a shelf at the middle. Now what I realized, or I was checking approximately, is like usually shoe stands, how much height they keep, like for average shoe. So I will see like how much I have at hand. There is 12 and a, oh, actually 13 and a quarter. So I can comfortably have like a 6.5 from here, from the top. I want to leave as much space so that on that shelf I can, there is enough room to, I'll take 6.75 from here and use something as the, sorry, 6.75 I meant. If I use that approximately. So my idea is that I want to measure a couple of sticks to help me lay out the, so I'm basically I want to cut a couple of sticks that are of the same length, and I can use that as my reference to, I mean, the idea is that instead of relying on a tape measure, I will be using this something like this helps really if we have to do something like repeat cuts or something. I mean, even more accurate would have been like I had ripped that piece of stock that I just cut, because like there is always a chance of slight variance when I do it this way. So what I'm going to do now is I will just lay it like this here and use screw those plywood pieces. That's what I basically wanted to do. So I had like already cut my plywood strips some time back. I'll just be using those. I don't necessarily need to pre-drill. This is plywood, Baltic birch plywood, so I'm pretty sure it's going to withstand it's going to be able to withstand these screws. So I put this in here. And this is where this thing helps. If it gets difficult to align, I put this back in, like this side. Usually it should. I think it will be a lot easier if I can do it this way. Let me see. Because then don't have to juggle with these things. No pre-drilling, I will just go for it. Now this one, I think I should ideally like just align to the top of those two, because if there are any variances, so it's not full length, so I'll just put it this way. Now I can bring that. This was supposed to be the plywood piece that goes inside. I haven't cut it to. Did I? I don't even recollect if I had cut it to size or not. I think this thing is working just fine. So what has happened is this particular support is not very aligned. So I'll take out this one. I'll line up the other piece. That should be good enough, like two pieces. Now additionally what I'm going to do is like put a piece of like kind of edge banding, we can call it, but like that's what I'm going to do. So just a piece of cherry that I can glue here. Let me plane one side. This is just like beautifying things, and we are towards the end. I have started to like plywood, like for its properties, values it brings to, all the values it brings to the table. Still, I don't enjoy as much. This is still sharp. I thought like the plywood would have like done some, would have dulled it, but not yet. Yeah, this is like cut to length. So on that plywood front, I'll just use it basically to hide the, or to mask the edge of that plywood. But I would make sure this is flush on the top, and then I will only have like also have a piece on the bottom, so that I'll just I can glue it from both ends to get that strength. This side is fully plain. So yeah, I don't know how much of it is visible, so I'll put this one this way on the plywood edge. I have to cut one more plywood like around 1/4 of an inch thick and of this length to glue from the bottom. Let me try to find one. This is another offcut. I wish I could use all these offcuts like as frequently. It's a good feeling to be able to use these to salvage these pieces. By the way, these are all those like from my TV unit project, from this project when I resaw using my bandsaw. These are all offcuts. I mean, there is obviously I cannot keep accumulating these, like that's where like it becomes unmanageable. But as you can see, these can be pretty useful. It's really good to like follow like a pattern, a process, even though this piece will not be seen, it will be fully hidden. Still, I want this to be, well, like Paul Seller says, like it's not what you make, but how you make. I'll cross cut this. I'll tell you, like this properly sharpened like bevel up plane, the vintage Stanley, it's just seems as sharp as my Veritas even on end grain, and it will do a lot more than that really. Let me cut this because I don't need the entire thing. This will make quick work of it, I can see. I'll plane this side, clean it up. Inside is the one that I like. We'll settle for this, and this one is supposed to go here. Put a bead of glue. Now it goes underneath that, so there should be glue on this side also. Now I could put a couple of pins here. I think in olden days, like they used to do that. I mean, we have, I think, brad nailer or something these days. I don't have those things with me, but they are definitely going to make it easier, but this works just fine for me. Challenge is clamping for sure. So as I was saying, like I'm trying not to make it too tight because it's a very slim piece of like okay, I'll come back and let's see what's next.